Alright, let's dive into this because honestly, this week's tour announcements have me both excited and a little reflective. It's been a lighter week for rock and metal tours, but what's been announced is packed with nostalgia, innovation, and some seriously unexpected pairings. So let's break it down, not just the who, where, and when, but the why behind these tours, and what they say about the state of rock and metal today. First up, the Drowning Pool and Saliva co-headlining tour. On the surface, it's a 25th anniversary celebration for their album Sinner and Every 6 Seconds. But if you take a step back and think about it, this tour is a testament to the staying power of early 2000s nu metal. Personally, I think this era gets overlooked in conversations about rock's evolution, but these bands are proving there's still a massive appetite for that sound. What makes this really interesting is how they're framing it, not just as a nostalgia trip, but as a celebration of two albums that defined a moment in music history. It's a smart move, especially in a genre where fans crave authenticity. Now let's talk about Beat, the supergroup with Adrian Belew, Tony Levin, Steve Vai, and Terry Bozzio. These guys are continuing their deep dive into King Crimson's 80s catalog. From my perspective, this isn't just a tour, it's a masterclass in musicianship. What many people don't realize is how influential King Crimson's 80s work was on progressive rock and metal. By revisiting these albums, Beat isn't just paying homage, they're reminding us of the technical and creative boundaries that were pushed during that era. It's a niche tour, sure, but one that's going to attract a very dedicated audience. Then there's the Eagles' residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Now I know what you're thinking, Eagles. Really? But here's the thing, residencies like these are becoming a big trend in the industry, especially for legacy acts. It's a way to give fans an immersive experience without the grind of a traditional tour. What this really suggests is that the live music landscape is changing, and artists are finding new ways to connect with audiences. Plus, the Sphere. That's a venue designed for spectacle, and I'm curious to see how the Eagles use that space. Now, let's shift gears to some of the smaller tours and festivals. Bodysnatcher, Kingdom of Giants, and Pain of Truth are hitting the road, and while they might not have the same name recognition as some of the bigger acts, these tours are crucial for the underground scene. Personally, I think these are the tours that keep rock and metal alive, they're raw, they're passionate, and they're where you'll find the next wave of talent. Festivals like Punk Rock Bowling's Fight to Unite, and the Maine's 8123 Fest are also worth noting. They're not just concerts, they're community events that bring fans together in a way that's uniquely punk and rock. And finally, the anniversary shows, Pig Destroyer, Coal Chamber, Lucky Boys Confusion. These aren't just concerts, they're time capsules. What makes these really interesting is how they're using anniversaries to reintroduce themselves to both old and new fans. It's a strategy that works because it taps into our love for nostalgia, while also giving newer fans a chance to experience these bands in their prime. One thing that immediately stands out is how these shows are curated. They're not just greatest hits, they're deep dives into specific albums or eras. If you take a step back and think about it, this week's announcements are a microcosm of where rock and metal are right now. You've got legacy acts finding new ways to stay relevant, supergroups pushing the boundaries of musicianship, and underground bands keeping the scene alive. It's a diverse landscape, and that's what makes it so exciting. In my opinion, the future of rock and metal isn't just about the music, it's about how artists are reimagining what it means to tour, perform, and connect with fans. So here's my closing thought, what does this week's lineup say about the state of rock and metal? Personally, I think it's a reminder that the genre is far from dead. It's evolving, adapting, and finding new ways to thrive. Whether you're into the nostalgia of Drowning Pool and Saliva, or the technical brilliance of Beat, there's something for everyone. And that, to me, is what makes this scene so special. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, which of these tours or shows are you most excited about? And if you're heading to any of them, drop a comment, and let me know what you're looking forward to the most. Until next time, keep rocking.